This is Evan Irwin live from Charlotte, and
all right, fresh off a round 8 victory, now at 7-1, looking to draw in the top 8. Benjamin Peebles-Mundy, what'd you play this round?
This is actually the first time I played the same deck that I played before. I played Dragonstorm.
All right. I noticed in the first round he got off, or first game he got off a Dragonstorm. Just kind of walk me through that and tell me how you were able to overcome that.
All right, so the situation was basically that I had a Venser and a Revelark in play when his Lotus Bloom came off with Suspend. And with that, and I guess a Rite of Flame, he Dragonstorm for 3. And I had, like Venser of my own, another second Venser in my hand. And like Legend Rule is actually really good with Revelark because it gets them into the graveyard so they can come back out. So I decided to see what would happen with the first Dragonstorm copy. So he got a Hellkite and he targeted both of my guys. So in response to that, I played a Venser on, my own Revelark. Mm-hmm. And then that brought back, I Vensered his thing, and then his trigger killed my Revelark, which brought back a Venser to get the second copy out, or I guess the third copy really, and a Mirror Entity. And then my plan was just to attack him and make him block, but I just drew Unsummon, and so I unsummoned his dragon, and he was just dead.
I've noticed that Unsummon has been probably pretty stellar for you today. Now on to game 2, what did you sideboard in?
So I sideboarded out 1 Wrath of God, 1 Mirror Entity, and all 3 Unsummons. And I brought in 3 Aven Earth Watchers and 2 Draining Wells. Basically, just hoping to gain some life with the Earth Watchers, so that I can either use Momentary Blink to live through a Pyromancer Swath turn, or just get up above 20 so that on a Dragonstorm turn I can untap in Wrath of God. Wrath isn't great, you don't really want to draw like 2 or 3 of them, but having 1 is really nice, and it ended up being really nice when it turned out that he had multiple Retichromas. Mm-hmm. So
this was pretty much the same plan that you had used for Dragonstorm earlier in the day?
Yeah, it was, when I played it earlier, I actually messed up the sideboarding for game 2, but for game 3 that plan was the same, and then it was the same for this one.
Right. So you feel like you pretty much got a spot-on plan for it now?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, maybe you'll see it in the top 8. We'll see.
All
right, congratulations.
Thanks.
Off a round 8 feature match between Mars Ussery and Brandon Hawes. Mars, you were playing a rogue deck. Tell us a little bit about it.
It is a deck of my own creation. Instead of playing mono black or black blue, I played black red with 8 red cards and the rest black cards. No Mutavaults. I want all color mana.
What was the main focus?
Mainly rogues, but so many of the rogues are goblins, and 8 of my prowl spells can be prowled out through a goblin or a rogue.
What do you think seems to be like the MVP of the deck?
MVP of the deck is Stink Drinker Bandit and Mog Fanatic. Mog Fanatic, that shuts down so many decks as far as other aggro decks. So
tell me a little bit about game 1. It seemed like you came out blazing, and then he was able to stabilize off of Molten Disaster.
Game 1, I got him down to like 10 life by turn like 3 or 4, and then he Molten Disaster and stabilized, and he 3 for 1 right there. Mm-hmm. I took the risk, just because I knew I had to kill him quick. Right. And if I holding back, really not going to do any good, because he had this 1 for 1 you then. You just slow. So, but if he wouldn't have had the Molten Disaster, I would have won game 1. I had a chance to win game 1 if I'd have drew an Incinerate or a Morsel Death. He was at 2 life. But I didn't, so I lost game 1, and then game 2 I mulled to 5.
Right.
So
ask you about that.
I got a decent hand, but once again, it's a red-green big mana, so you give him time to set up, and so.
What did you side in against him?
Sideboard in 4 Thoughtseize, and 3 badminton.
Anything you'd do differently in the matchup? Sideboarding or playing or anything like that?
Yeah, if I had to do it over again, I probably would have brought in Death Mark, even though the only card that really ever hurt me was Siege Gang Commander. I probably would have brought in Death Mark for his Wallaroots and Tarmogoyfs. I never saw Tarmogoyf, but I say he has more than likely.
Right. Well, congratulations on bringing the road deck. I know it's tough to miss out on the top 8, but you got a really good chance on still placing the money in the top 16.
Yeah.
So
win next round, I'm probably in the money. So
right on. Well, congratulations, man. We're here with Brandon Hawes. After just winning a feature match in round 8 and being at 7-1, you place yourself in a pretty good position to draw in the top 8. How's that feel?
It's feeling pretty good right now. Hopefully I can get in the top 8.
Well, what are you playing today, Brandon?
Red-green big mana.
And this last round you played against Marsh, who we just talked to, who was playing a rogue red-black aggro deck. Was that something that you were prepared for?
No, actually I wasn't. I played a lot of blue-black ones. I haven't played any of the red-black ones. It was extremely fast.
Right on. That's one of the things I wanted to ask you about. In the first game, he came out pretty fast. I mean, just blazing. But you're able to stabilize. Just kind of walk us through that and tell us what happened there.
I remember he played the Frog Tosser and he swings in for 2. Next game he plays the Sting Drinker. He swings in for 5. My next turn I get my 3rd land and I disaster for 1. All his creatures toughness for 1, and it finally stabilized right there. He got a couple more creatures and I played a Siege Gang out. I burned those off with the Goblo tokens and eventually swung in for the win.
It was definitely get scary though, because he was able to get you down to 2 in that game.
Yeah, he got me extremely low that game. I was really worried there for a little while.
All right, and now in the second game, he basically just mulled to 5, and of course we all know green-red is pretty punishing on things like that. But if you just kind of walk us through game 2.
Yeah, he played a few early game creatures, first, second turn. I eventually played out a Sulfurious Blast and stabilized right there. He only got 1 more creature the rest of the game, and I killed it and went on beating.
Right on. What kind of sideboarding plan did you have for him?
Only 4 Sulfurious Blasts is the only thing I had against that deck. That's why I put in for Elves and my Rogue matchups today, and it did me really well. I played Elves and beat them with it, and it just won me the games against Rogues that time.
Absolutely. Anything at all that you would do differently against this deck or archetype next time you see it, maybe in the top 8 or something like that?
No, like just try and stabilize as quick as possible, wipe all their guys. A board cleaner is what'll do it.
Well, congratulations. Looks like you're in a good position to make the top 8 as long as you don't have to play down or something unforeseen like that, man. Yep. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.